I'll just read one more from this book. Yeah, this is a poem called "The Waywardness of Words." It seems to me that I don't know if poetry has any functions or uses, but I think one of the things that seems to come with the line of work that we're in as poets is that it's almost an obligation to be a little subversive. I think poets need to be subversive and turn the tables. It's a corrective thing to be doing. So this poem's a little bit about the necessity of the waywardness of our words. And as fantastic as it may sound, all the details in the poem, rather than being fabulous, are in fact real. So I guess it ends up being something about the imagination. Kafka is mentioned here, the great writer Kafka. A very tormented life, poor man, but his letters to his fiancée, Felice, are marvelous. They're worth reading all by themselves. Anyway, he's in the poem. The waywardness of words. Kafka, for years, inside a torment of sentences, writing to Felice, looking for the story of what love dares us to be. No matter how pretty, how right-sounding we play ventriloquos dummy, there is always the waywardness of our words. When I hear you say that, yes, perfectly spun eggs can jump, and that the landscape itself is a word, I'm seized by the privilege of such ordinary astonishments that one day a single carrot will be pregnant with revolution. A time also when grandfather's cane will talk to children. When grandfather's cane can no longer talk, we're in trouble. I'll just read a few, some newer poems. The Birds, Gig, and Ian's turn. All right? Questions, fire away. Give me a chance to find my place. Right. Well, I think one of the things that's fun in my line of work is that one is always listening to the language around one. After all, we don't own it. To hear combinations of words that might be useful or that might incite us to something, like a poem. And I found in my notebook this phrase was said by a 9-year-old boy at dinner one night. He said to his mother, he was an orphan, by the way, boy's an orphan, adopted, and he said, "Oh, I saw the star I fell from." I said, "Wow, this kid's got it." So I hastily jotted it down. That's where that comes from. And the poem's called "Discovering the Heavens." "I saw the star I fell from," he said, "and it hasn't stopped falling yet." He wanted to stay with the world long enough to catch the coattails of God, to hear the dark call of anyone's sorrow departing. Sure, that this was more than the arc of stars cutting loose a celestial fire show in return. She said, it's a long fall and still some longer way to go. To know, even when shadows fall, that after all, light is the healer's true God. May you, she said, kissing the air, shine like the flowers of the field. The kid smiled and ate his dessert. The next poem is called "Eating the Silence." Struck by the quick fall of dark that fell across her shoulders like a bruised hurt returned to deepen itself. She felt it entering her body to stay. And she sat there in the cane chair that hadn't gone anywhere in years, wish after walkabout wish slipping away until she was emptied of all those words that might have made a difference. Eating the silence night after night. There are so many ways to leave the world, she said, looking hard at her hands that kept losing each other, thinking of those 18 floors to the paving stones, the long fall into nowhere at all, and all by our light a vanished time. And she is waiting now for those fleet flukes of shadow to begin their nightly swim along the